stream in case this is going live. Recurring theme of today, of course, somehow the web sucks too. Not really sure why the YouTube live stream thing doesn't work on my Linux machine, but somehow for all the peak bugs it works on macOS Chrome, obviously. Anyway, yeah, web. I also wonder. I'm already using web cloud stuff very little here, but always when I touch it somehow stuff breaks. Maybe leave me in the comments below. Does cloud and web stuff also work as unreliable for you? Or anyway, speaking about web unreliability, just out today, breaking news: beware the Dragonbood WPA3 Dragonfly handshake vulnerability. Apparently here, modern Wi-Fi networks. By the way, why does it say April 2019? It's in the news today, but you don't have April. Was it not disclosed for so long? Anyway, modern Wi-Fi using WPA2, protect transmit data, yada yada yada. Also, by the way, I wonder why the Wi-Fi stuff always is so insecure. We also had web, right? Who remembers web encryption? Supposedly amazing stuff. And there is now supposedly WPA3 should be more secure, but somehow still unfortunately they found a attack within the range of a victims can still recover the password. The victim uses no extra protection using HTTPS, which allows attackers, yeah. Anyway, you should always use HTTPS, obviously. So yeah, new vulnerabilities allegedly, according to disclosure. We collaborated with the Wi-Fi Alliance with maybe August 2000. Wait a second, new results. This was already, wait a second, they are due to Dragonfly. Okay, apparently there is August, so this is new apparently. So much to sorted websites here. During the initial disclosure, privately created a security recommendations to mitigate our attacks using brain pool curves, introduce a second class of side channel leaks. And yeah, recurring theme here, the government calls for more backdoors, and this stuff is already not secure by itself. And here, so basically nothing is secure, no surprise there. Here CVEs apparently, and details, flaws, what is it more? Anyway, you got the idea. Recurring security vulnerabilities here, nothing too much to see, I guess. Also new HTTP, first HTTP3 with curl. Also didn't really got the note that HTTP3 is already a thing. I still remember. Do you already use HTTP2? Probably most of you, but as always, leave me in the comments below. Do you already use HTTP2 on your servers? Which, by the way, maybe I could theoretically try to turn it on some of our servers. Anyway, guess I haven't turned it on anyway. Yeah, this was just another year, 2015, not too long ago. Not really sure if someone, but also, do you use HTTP2 already? I think this was mostly a Google invention and based on Speedy, I think. Is it written here somewhere? Speedy. Yeah, here, Speedy. Of course, early experimentation of Speedy protocol. And I think I once was packet sniffing something, and I think some Google servers, obviously, as usual, invented Google, used HTTP2, so apparently now HTTP3 is a thing, now at least implemented in curl. Yeah, probably something is more amazing. So what is new in HTTP2 from 4 years ago was, as far as I remember, this was more binary protocol. You see in HTTP, this is more text-based, and I think gold, this was here like lower latency, higher compression, and the usual stuff, data compression of HTTP headers, pipelining, and so on, and all this fun stuff. Not really sure. Do we have here 3 delivering something? Upcoming third major revision, binary information, draft based on previous RFC draft, so draft of a draft, quick transport layer, network protocol, initially developed as usual nowadays, and also there the usual. Not only with Apple's App Store and stuff, and Google, Chrome, Microsoft, monopole situation on all of their fronts. Recurring theme here, when we, yeah, is it a good thing that Google invents here all the protocols that, I don't know, again, either live comments now or later. Do you use HTTP2 or anywhere or something? Apparently, so curl can do this now. And I also wonder, is it really a good thing? Is it that different? Of course, I've not done an analysis of this right now, but it sounds to me like, wait a second, UDP, what quick transport layer initially developed is used over user datagram protocols. Interesting, fun. Anyway, not really sure if the speed of innovation is the most amazing thing. I mean, yes, innovation, but it doesn't help little when we have so many protocols that are barely used. Somewhere in similar, not amazing news, Amazon is apparently coaching cops on how to obtain surveillance footage without a warrant. And yeah, if you were thinking the big companies, they are totally amazing and don't do evil, or what was Google something you was there, you would think that they protect our privacy, but apparently they are even inviting there and teaching how to sniff all your data and log into the cameras. And when police partners with Ring, Amazon's home surveillance camera company, they got access to law enforcement neighborhood portal and interactive maps that allows officers to request footage directly from the camera owners. So yeah, you apparently have some camera and your government logs in, not really sure. But certainly some people will find it amazing. I'm sure it totally is. What could possibly go wrong? There you have it. Siri, Alexa, Google Assistant, cameras nearby. People log in. In similar news, can we also stop this video? Microsoft's new Windows terminal update is out and it's huge and certainly amazing. And there you have it, 2019. By the way, did I not play on pause here, or can't we pause this already? In previous times, people were laughing at Linux people sitting there with this white on black terminals, and Windows was a new thing, and now apparently, I mean, let's be honest, the old-fashioned command thing in Windows was a joke, which, I mean, I was still until recently using this joke, but yeah, not very comfortable to work in this command CMD executable thing. Of course, there was this PowerShell that I guess is usually when the comments did use a PowerShell, and the PowerShell has of course a lot of power, but I never found it too handy to use because it was just too different, right? So if you have all this Unix background and trained muscle memory, then as powerful as it might have been, it might have, well, learning and getting used to it and learning curve. But yeah, I find it a little bit funny that they make such a fuss about this. It's not like, yeah, we had terminals like forever and now Windows is getting terminal Windows. And what I find particularly funny here is that they make such a fuss about that you can move it. I mean, what is dragging anywhere? I mean, what is the thing of, can some Windows person explain to me what is the big deal of terminal interface can now be dragged anywhere regardless of where the mouse pointer is positioned on the title bar? Like, which memo of the last years did I miss? Why? Someone please explain window movement. It's, yeah, somehow, I don't know, is this satire or are they serious? I don't know, but after customer emails, that certainly doesn't, it's not bad that it makes me smile that window people can now move their terminal windows. Among improvements in version 0.3, the interface is now can be dragged anywhere where the mouse pointer is positioned on the title bar. So apparently that is a thing. In 2019 you can move windows on Windows. And yeah, anyway. Of course I applaud this, but of course we should keep in mind that all of these efforts are of course to keep people away from Linux, right? So when, yeah, with all the Windows subsystem for Linux, or what the reverse name was, don't forget that this is all like preventing Linux to gain further traction. But yeah, anyway, aim to improve experience to users, including several issues that were causing crashes. So yeah, 2019, the version before 0.3 was crashing. Anyway, in similar news, remember the amazing funny video that we made a couple of months ago, 6 months ago, something, that all the 500, maybe 500 or whatever, hundreds of failed Google projects, Google Graveyard video that was probably fun to watch. If you have not watched this, you can find it there in the history of videos. You can add another app to the list of closed, abandoned and obsolete Google projects. This time it's a Google Trips app, and if you wondered what was a Google Trips app doing, then yes, I have also no idea. I certainly haven't used it. And yeah, you get the message here on the help. So use Google Trips app features in Google Search and Maps, yada yada yada, and note, oh, by the way, we close this information service somewhere here. At least here was a note, I thought. Anyway, where's the note now? You get the idea, they're closing, at least so I read somewhere on the site that brought me here. And in last but not least, totally amazing security news as usual. Microsoft catches Russian state hackers using Internet of Service devices to breach networks. So, truth to be told, certainly, it's first of all, how should they know that these are Russian state hackers? You know, you can also, the CIA and such, NSA can always leave signs that it looks like something from Russia or not. So allegedly, apparently, maybe something. And it's not like the CIA and NSA and FBI would not be in your IoT devices anyway. Internet of Things. And yeah, but this is exactly what we reiterate here. No matter whether Linux or Windows, stuff needs to be maintained, updated, and this doesn't come for free. Although people always think they get everything for free forever. And yeah, so don't leave your stuff unattended. And especially with all this cheap crap where you have a security surveillance camera and microphone and smoke detector and smart thermostat and something, and yeah, no updates, no. This is exactly what I said the other live stream, that we probably, with my idea that your smartphone should have a tab of what kind of connections the app makes. But this is of course only one step. Another step is that stuff needs update. We certainly need to invent some more reliable update mechanism and dependability, because the question is, of course, really, if you have some cameras there, who is taking care of this? Nobody. You install there some thermostat, you install there some camera, you install there some whatever weather monitoring temperature gadget, and of course nobody is taking care of this. Maybe some, well, Apple is of course doing something like this, but we can also maybe something for independent people to innovate, because if we only have players like Google there with some Internet of Things hub, then of course you are again relying on Google with all the yeah, intercepting all your data, what you're doing when you are at home, and selling it to advertisements and tracking you and letting apparently here the police in for free and stuff like this. And yeah, so somehow we will have this every other day. And of course today's most breaking news was Dragonfly WPA3 handshake vulnerability. You also wonder, of course, with this ISO PDF stuff where I have been sitting in standards, I understand very well there are many people, they discuss stuff to no end and they don't agree and everyone has its own opinion. But I really wonder that with the security stuff like WPA, that it's still, people find still vulnerabilities, and maybe we need to think, maybe this kind of collaboration of international standards is not enough. Maybe there need to be security researchers working much more closer with these measures. Maybe, I don't quite understand. Well, of course, I'm not saying this is not hard, right? Of course, this is super hard. And this is why security researchers need so long to analyze this and eventually find something. But you would think that by now, by 2019, of so many decades of encryption and stuff, that this is secure, but apparently not. And yeah, maybe, I don't know, if you have suggestions how this stuff can be made more secure, certainly the people need to work better together. That the problem is also that the industry, this industry standard stuff often, like with PDF, we were working there in parts of the Twain organization for scanning, and we had to join. I was initially not even project leader, right? So I'm project leader for this PDF raster standard, and through membership of Twain that we collaborated there with PDF Association, And in the end, I was forced to become member of another organization because some of the ISO, the International Standard Organization, did not allow someone to be project leader who is not, I don't know, directly affiliate to some direct member of the ISO member organization. So yeah, so we had to spend money just to lead some standard, which is of course hilarious. And I imagine, why do I say this? I can believe that the situation with this kind of standards is similar. And even if, like with NVIDIA GPUs, right, they're not even handing specifications out. And it is often similar to this. They work there in secrecy until it becomes an open standard. And maybe in this process of they sit together and people from Intel and Qualcomm and Atheros and all the other who might be the vendors there, Broadcom and Qualcomm and whatnot, they sit there like they are the latest, the best of the best, and they don't have probably, of course, they are also smart people, but they are often maybe more higher level management person sitting there and discussing things and making decisions, and maybe even engineers sometimes wonder what those managers send there, make decisions. And yeah, so maybe the standard process, what I wanted to say, maybe the standard process, just like with PDF, where this is some closed round while it's discussed for 10 years until there is a new revision of PDF2, maybe it is similar here. Of course, I was not just speaking about examples that I can speak about, but maybe this process needs to be more open, more invited with people from university or other security researcher background, and the people need to be paid, right? The usual recurring theme here, not only customers who want something for free forever. Also, maybe these companies, Intel and such, need to more often pay independent developers and researchers. Maybe then the outcome would be of higher quality when not only those 3 people from Intel are sitting there, but they get some outside ideas. And you know, if you sit in your own relative distortion field and you think everything at Intel is amazing, then maybe eventually when someone outside takes a look and finds hundreds of security vulnerabilities from Spectre to Meltdown, maybe if they would have collaborated more often with external people and paid them proper to work, then maybe even Intel processors would be more amazing, just as security standards here for WPA and WPA, how do you even pronounce this anyway, international pronunciation. You guessed it, that's it for today, a short stream, maybe people like it, maybe not. I hope you had a great day and enjoyed all those videos, and if you have any suggestions on any of those topics, leave it in the comment below. And that's it for today. Hope to see you soon for all the amazing and certainly soon more security vulnerabilities to come. And yeah, till then, stay awesome.